Auf ein Glas. Hello and welcome. We're at a beautiful place. And now it starts. I can say Algarve for our German listeners, in the Algarve for our English listeners. But what's the place called here? My Portuguese is not good enough. I have 3 guests and they will answer. And your name is Sofia.
Correct.
Her second name is correct. Your name is Horst. Horst is German, but we talk English because Sofia is Portuguese. Horst is German and he's the owner of this vineyard, this property. And then we have Pedro. You're Portuguese and you're one of those Portuguese winemakers that are more or less famous for making the winemakers good wines. So you're just here for giving good advice.
Yes.
And putting the right direction.
Yes.
And this is a system that we don't know in Germany. And I came across it when I visited other winemakers here, and this is nice to meet you so that we can dive a little bit into that system and what's your part in making good wines here. I think we start with Horst. Without him, this wouldn't be possible. We are in the garden, by the way, so if you hear a dog drinking, that's
2 dogs, 2 shepherds.
2 shepherds drinking.
I brought them from Germany.
Yes, beautiful picture. And if you hear the birds, that's okay. Can you introduce yourself, Horst?
Well, my name is Horst. I came here about 14 years ago. I'm married to a Portuguese girl. Her family is from this property. And the family name is Capinha. So that's why the farm is called Quinta dos Capinhas. That's where the name comes from.
And you didn't start as a winemaker, but you had...
Oh, the family made some wine, and we bought some additional land here and planted more wine. We are on 8 hectares of wine now. Our first harvest was in 2017, and Sofia is with us since the beginning of last year, and she suggested that we convert to organic farming, which we did. So, as far as I know, we are now the only Algarvian vineyard that goes organic. Is that correct, Sofia?
There's at least a couple more. That's
more.
about it.
Yeah,
2 more.
Mm-hmm. 2 more.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Who is it?
Morgado do Quintão.
Yeah.
And Monte da Casteleja.
Okay.
And us.
But you just started converting, so it will take you
3 years.
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the 2nd year now.
Okay.
Yeah. Last year it gave us quite a dent in the volumes that we harvested. It was the conversion, but also it was not a good year for wine in Algarve. We had a lot of mildew and other issues. Lots of humidity in January, February, and that was a problem for all the vineyards here. Mm. This year looks much better.
So you have 30 hectares all, including everything?
That's correct.
Trees,
yes.
And whatever, and 8 hectares of wine. Are you planning to expand those 8 hectares?
Eventually, we are in the process of building our own winery here.
Okay.
With a capacity of about 100,000 liters.
Wow.
And we might plant some more wine, depending on how the sales go.
That's always the question. And what varieties do you have?
better talk to Pedro about the varieties. He
Right,
can give you more specific answers.
Turn my head around, Pedro.
Yes.
You advise the winemakers here, so what did you advise to plant?
I advise to plant what we can sell best. That's the first thing, because this has to be sustainable. Not only now the organic, but also on the sustainable part of selling and doing some profit out of it. Or else it's just a hobby that is losing. So usually in Algarve we are well adapted to this climate to all kinds of varieties, because this is nice weather. We don't have a lot of cold temperatures. We don't have a lot of hot temperatures. So all of the varieties all over the world can adapt well in the land of Algarve. So what we choose? We choose one thing that is traditional grapes from Portugal. If we want to do some base wine to be more traditional, for example, the Touriga Nacional that we have here, or some wines that we have here, like Verdelho, or we can plant some international grapes that we know that work well here also, and that at the same time, when we have visitors from other countries, they recognize that varieties, like for example the Cabernet Sauvignon that we have. So
and Algarve has a lot of tourists.
And Algarve has
It depends on them.
from all over the world.
Yeah.
And most of the varieties that they know is Syrah and Cabernet and Sauvignon Blanc and all of that international varieties. And if they have a little bit of that here, they are not totally lost when they choose a wine, and that's important for them. That they are not totally okay. When you go to another country and you visit a winery, you don't know what kind of variety is this, what I have to expect from that. So we can have a little bit of local and a little bit of international, so people know what they are buying and what they are tasting. It's important.
So you have white and red.
We have white and red, yes.
In which
we have
relation?
Almost 60% red, 40 white, like that. But the white, we are increasing the production of the white, because the weather is perfect and Algarve is perfect for whites and roses. So we are gradually, the last plantation that we did was from white grapes. So we need to increase all the time a little bit the whites.
When you said, Horst, that you're planning your own cellar, that means you don't have one now. So you're giving the grapes away to someone else who makes
Yes, we are
the whole process.
We are having our wines done in Quinta dos Capinhas at this moment. Before we were in the cooperative in Lagoa. Cooperative was operating in our building, which we bought from them, I don't know, about 10 years ago. But then it was quite an old installation, and they were doing big volumes, like millions of liters, and that
The old way.
the old way, yeah. And we decided to do it our own way. The project is in process now. These things take the licensing for buildings takes a long time here in the Algarve. It's
Listen, German listeners.
sorry.
It's important for German listeners. They always say, "Oh, in Germany it's so difficult. It takes always a long time." The happy people in the
I assure you,
paradise.
it takes longer here.
Yes,
But anyway, that's how it is, and
good to know.
we hope to have a positive feedback within this year.
Will it be a modern building, or will it be
No,
from
we
the
have
outside,
some-
or will it be
We have
adapted
some
to?
holiday houses here,
Okay.
and with the exception of this house where I'm living, which has been here before, this is a two-story building. All the other buildings are one-story, Algarvian style, and we keep to that style. You don't get a license for multi-story buildings in this particular district here. They banned that, except
Did you think, or the
City.
architect think about going in the ground or in the mountains?
well, yes, we go with a full basement here, because we also have restrictions on the size on the footprint of the building. So we need some space to operate. If we can't go up, we go down. We can't make it bigger. We have to find our space somehow.
But it's good for the process of winemaking if you can use the gravity or so.
No. The fermenting part and the working part will be on the ground level.
Okay.
The basement will work for bottling and for labeling and for storage. So, so the temperatures are controlled and everything. So the basement will be storage, bottling, and labeling and everything. But the working part will be on the ground floor. We don't have a lot of. If the winery will be best good with good isolation, with good construction, and like I said, we had good temperatures in Algarve, so they are not too cold or too hot. So even in a ground level, we are not going to have a lot of problems in temperatures with the controls and everything. So I
agree immediately with not too cool, but not too hot. How hot are your summers?
No, here 30 degrees, 32 degrees.
Okay.
But we calling in Alentejo we have 40. So, but it's not all the time.
Relative.
No, it's not all the time. And if you have a good isolation inside, you have 22 degrees, 25 degrees. So it's even without the air conditioning and everything. So we are working mainly on the ground level. But the basement is important. If we want to store something with a controlled temperature all year long, it's important the basement. And it's also a matter of square meters. We need space. And this is more or less a protected area, and Algarve is restricting about that, about construction, about everything. So we need spaces, and that's a way to get some space in the basement.
The wines you produce, are they made for fast drinking in the first year, or are they made to rest for a while?
We have the two options. We like in the international grapes and the local grapes, we like to have several options, and so we can have wines that are ready to drink in the same year. For example, a white or a rosé that we do more fresh, more. With the different, with some varieties that we like to do fresh wines, or we can have wines that stage longer, like in barrel, like doing a top wine, a reserva wine, a most elaborate wine. Like we said, we can do that in whites and in reds, like a white that we call it a winter white that we drink in the winter, with that flavor of the vanilla of the barrel and everything.
Most probably not the Verdejo, but the Chardonnay.
Yes, the Chardonnay we are putting in barrels. It's in barrels now, for example. Yes, but we have that, and we also do, for example, the late harvest that we keep in barrel for at least 1 year. So we do different kinds of wine for different kinds of objectives.
Is late harvest something that is normal in this part of the world?
No.
In Germany, it's...
Yes. It's not normal.
The normal thing to do, you try to do?
Yes, no. This one was made because this particular parcel of vineyard, it's surrounded by trees, by shadow.
Yeah.
By shadow. So at that time when I saw the vineyard and the varieties, it's muscatel. Muscatel is common all over the world. But this kind of variety, when I saw that at the time, I saw that it was rotten, but the proper botrytis that we want in the late harvest, like they do the Sauterne and that kind. So I saw that it was proper to do a good late harvest, but because it's on that shadow, because the rest it's impossible to do. But in that part, yes. So we tried to do it, and it went well. So it was a little bit of science and luck at the same time.
Yeah, it's always the mixture of nature, which is another word for luck, and knowledge, I think. Yes, of course. Horst, your influence as the owner, do you say, I want wines to be like this or like that? Or do you say, you're the winemaker and I pay you for making good wines, and if I like them, they're good enough?
Well, he's making several wines for us. Some I like better than others, and those are the ones that I prefer to drink. It's as easy as that. So I don't tell him how to make wine. I try the wine he makes for us, and then I choose for myself.
Which is your favorite one? I won't ask the other part.
Well, in red wine we have some Alicante Boucher, which is very nice. I like it very much. And on the white wine, most of our white wine is Verdelho, and that's a very fresh white wine for the summer. I favor that one.
When we started, I said I would like to have more information on the job as a winemaker, a traveling winemaker, more or less, because you don't have this one only. How many vineyards do you?
A few.
More than one hand?
Yes.
More than two hand?
Yes, more than two hands. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But no, it's.
I have 2 feet.
Yeah, that's, no.
I won't go deeper in that.
No, but in Portugal, it's quite normal to have this figure. Also because most producers are small. We are not big enough to hire full-time, or to make sense to have a full-time winemaker. And generally you find a full-time winemaker when the property is big enough or it produces enough wine to justify that figure full-time.
There's nothing to justify. It's just, as I said, it's a system that most people in Germany don't know. Even if they've been here and had your wine, they don't know it. That sometimes they say, oh, on the back there's a name and there's a completely different wine from another vineyard, and it's the same name, and this helps understand how the system works.
You had a lot of that system in France. But the major goal is that you have always different wines and different producers, even if the technician is the same, okay, because this is all about techniques. But if the technician is the same, you have different goals on each winery, on each property, on each owner, and at the same time have different products. Because if you're doing everything in the same way, it will get to a point that everything is the same. But no, and some of the properties are close by and have the same environment, the same terroir. But if you respect the owners, the objectives, the lands, the type of project that they want, everything will be different. So even if the technician is the same, even if some of the techniques are the same, it will be different. So the most challenge is doing different products in the same area with the same grapes. But it's.
And we also, sorry to interrupt, we also sit down with Pedro before the harvest, and we try to discuss the wines we will make in the harvest. So we try to tell Pedro what we should be doing in the next harvest, considering the grapes we have, considering the year, and considering the wines we had in the past, because it's also about having a line, a vision. So we always sit with Pedro before, and we try, okay, Pedro, this year we should go more towards, lighter wines or bigger wines, whatever that means. And even going to the question of terroir, even if the properties might be kind of nearby, they're all different. Just the difference of the proximity to the ocean, or the type of soil, even being in the same area and being close enough, we can be totally different. The terroir might be very, very different than our neighbors from João Clara, for example. That's just across the road. So it's the match of those two things: our vision and also our terroir and grapes. And then Pedro tries to do what we believe is better for our kingdom.
Talking about the terroir, who of you is telling me?
Yeah, both of us were talking about terroir.
Yeah, tell me what it is. You told me something before the microphone was on, but this is not having said because it wasn't recorded.
Yeah.
So you must repeat it.
Terroir is really the mix of all factors.
Sorry, the question was not good enough. what is your terroir?
Our terroir, yeah.
Yours.
So I think the biggest thing is the proximity to the ocean.
Yeah.
We are just 2 kilometers from the ocean, which is very good for us. It brings a lot of freshness and minerality to the wines. And then we have the soil, which is clay limestone with a little bit of sand. And then we have the sun exposure and the direction of the plots. Some are faced towards the south, some more east. So all of that is what terroir is. Am I missing anything, Pedro?
No, that's it.
Wow.
and we have...
You're missing the work of the human beings.
Oh yeah, that's right. The hand, the man. Yeah, that's also very...
it's okay. And does 2 kilometers means if the wind is coming from there, is there salt in the air?
We have some influence with salt air, particularly in the we have here a small valley.
Yeah.
That we have vineyards, so we have some slopes. You see, we have some terraces, some slopes also. But we have a small valley over there. And for example, we have there in the bottom the Verdelho, the white wine. And we notice there are a little bit of influence from the ocean because the winds come directly from this valley, so from the ocean up the valley, and we have some influence on the saltiness of this variety. And we noticed this, for example, in the white 2024, that we have a little bit of this saltiness. So we have some influence from the sea, but most on this valley part. So it's different that we don't have anyone else.
Is the humidity coming by that as well?
Yes.
Enough for the grapes because it's dry in summer.
No, enough for the grapes and for the fungus. Yes.
It's not great. Humidity is not great for the plants.
It's not good for the fungus. Yes.
The influence of the sea is good, but at the same time brings some humidity that brings other problems. But the balance at the end is good. It's perfect.
You have to learn more when you are converting to biological. No more.
Yes. It's a challenge. It's a challenge.
Different spraying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Different spraying. Is it your first biological?
No, I had more projects.
You had projects like that. So
yes. But the risk of being here near to the sea
it's different.
It's different. For example, Chardonnay it's a very complicated variety when it's so near to the sea. Even if it's not regular products, inorganic products that they are more susceptible.
Last year Chardonnay was really bad.
So it's bad for Chardonnay, but the converting years that we have now on the front, the vineyards now need this way to adapt.
Yep.
To not to chemical products, but to this organic way. So this will take time. I think that we will return to a good Chardonnay, to a good red wine, to a good white wine, but it will take an adaptation time. So
probably more than those 3 years.
Yes, it takes more. Yes, the vineyard is growing. It's already an adult vineyard, but now it's adapting to a different way.
It's like a teenager in its best years. It's adapting to a new life.
Yes. No, but last year the white wine, for example, was very good.
Very good. Less production, but
very, very
higher quality, I believe.
The red also, so it's on its way.
Do you have to water the plants?
Yes.
Especially the young ones, I think.
Yes. Even the old ones we give a little bit if they are in stress. We have exposure to winds, so we try a little bit. You see that it's wind from the sea now. Yeah. So we need to irrigate them, but we don't need them to get used to water. This is not like an irrigation culture. We need them to get water from the ground, not from our irrigation. So we just irrigate them in a stress time. For example, this week the temperatures will increase to 30 degrees from tomorrow or from Friday. So we are planning on, let's start doing some irrigation, a few hours in some plots that we know that are more susceptible to the winds or to the exposure to the sun. So we are not doing full irrigation like it's a vineyard with full irrigation. No, just in a few times and in summertime.
When is time of the most rain? December to
the most
February?
Rain is January, February is the most rain. And this year was a good rain.
And do you have wells, or does it just go into the ground?
No, it goes into the ground.
Clay is okay?
Yes, we have a borehole, but it goes into the ground. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this year was a good rain year, so one of the best in the last years. So the ground is full of water. They say that the underground storage is nice.
The oldest plots are 10 years old, which is not too old.
No.
And the youngest is last year or?
They are 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. Yeah, some of the whites. Yes, the whites that we plant. It's 1.5 hectare.
The most difficult part is, I think, the first and the second year.
Yes.
Concerning dryness.
Yes, concerning dryness. Yeah, because they don't have yet the roots enough to go to go deep enough to get the humidity that they need. So we need to help them a little, but not too much, because we want them to grow underground, 2, 3 meters, 4 meters underground, to search for water. I always ask this question: how deep do the roots go in a soil like this? In a soil like this, they don't stop, because we have rocks, but the rocks that we have are not. It's calcareous rocks, so they are not rough rocks like granite or other. So they don't stop. They go 4 or 5 meters or more. They don't stop growing.
Let's talk about wines and maybe marketing. You have them all. You have white, red, and rosé in between. And you have Negramol, I heard,
Yes.
which can do anything. I think it's the first queer sort that I know of wine, because it can be red and white, and it decides every year new.
Yeah, we decide what we need from Negramol. Yes.
So where's your rosé made from?
The last rosé that we did was from Alfrocheiro. That is a variety that is from the north of Portugal. That was the last one that we made. But Negramol, for example, is a good variety to do a nice rosé. Yes. But roses we can do whatever variety we want, a red variety. But Negramol, it would be a plan to do. This year we are doing a red Negramol, so planning for the red, so red wine. But maybe next year we'll do a rosé from the Negramol. It's according with the marketing and the plan that we need to organize.
Where do you sell? In the Algarve?
Algarve mostly. Anyway, the number is 70% of the Algarvian production is sold here in the Algarve.
Yeah.
So the Algarve is our main market. So restaurants, wine shops, small supermarkets, or not small, like more premium supermarkets that we sell our wines to. Can
you give some names?
Yeah, so we have Intermarché, a local Intermarché, and we're also in the works with Bologna to have our wines also there, and then restaurants all over the Algarve, and even some fine dining places like here, Ocean, right very close from us.
That's not far.
Yeah, just to name a few.
Okay, and what are the prices of your wines?
The price in the shelf, it can go anywhere from...
Well, let me say, when I buy it here at the property, because what the others make out of it is their own thing.
So our rosé, I think it's our cheapest wine. It's 10 or 11 euros.
Okay.
And it can go up to our premium wine. The most expensive we have is 98 euros, and that's a fortified wine. And that's really something that we're really proud of. We didn't produce that wine. It's a fortified with around 40 years old, but we, as Horst was saying, Quinta dos Capinhas was the owner of the old cooperative, and we found huge barrels of these old fortified wine that used to be produced here in the Algarve with Muscat, which was really a huge discovery for us, and it's excellent quality.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's something
It's always port or Madeira.
Yeah, but this was a wine that was produced in the 50s here in the Algarve, but no one produces it anymore. So we found it, and now we have it in the market, and that's our most expensive wine. That's 98 euros.
And the red ones?
The red ones.
The normal red ones?
Yeah, so our other premium wine, which is a Touriga Nacional, 100%, and it's aged in oak. Maria, and that's 32 euros. And Maria is the daughter of Horst and Inês, and they labeled the wine, that special wine with her name, and it's a beautiful Touriga Nacional, and that's 32 euros.
Any question I didn't ask, but you wanted me to ask?
No, I think we could mention also that we have our wine tourism available in the farm. I think that's very important for travelers, people visiting us. They can come here to Quinta dos Capinhas and try our wines here, where we explain a bit about the story, and people can see in loco where the wines come from. And just a little correction to what we were talking about earlier, when you were asking, do you take your wines away? And we actually follow the whole process of the winemaking. We don't send the grapes, no. We have our farm manager that we harvest here, and we take the grapes. We take the grapes to the winery, and then that's where Pedro is, and then we can. So we follow the whole process. We don't send the grapes there and you do it. No. We follow the whole process and make sure that everything is accordingly to our plan, or at least in theory. Then obviously every season is different, and every harvest has its own details, but that's what we try to do.
Okay. No more answers to no questions. Then I say thank you.
Thank you as well.
You're most welcome.